Now that we have created a plot, next we will learn how to modify the curve and plot properties. Our posts provide convenient environment to modify the plots. I will begin with the curve properties. The easiest way to modify the curve properties is to select the curve. This will show all the properties under the property panel on the right side. Here, user can modify the curve names. This will update the legend on the canvas. So for example, I can rename this to torque. I can also modify the appearances of the curve, such as style and symbol of the curve itself. So for example, I can change the line style to be solid, increase the width of the line, update the symbol to be crosses, and change the color, say for example, blue. The same option is available by right-click on the curve itself and navigating to appearances and quickly updating the properties from here. Next, we will modify the plot properties. To achieve that, click on plot area. This will show all the plot properties on the right. Here, user have access to modify or control the visibility of the title and the legend. At the same time, user can update the title itself. So for example, I can rename this plot title to performance. I can move the legend to the top of the plot and in the center. There's an option to quickly change the grid lines. In this case, I can add major vertical lines and major and minor horizontal lines. The same options is available by right-click on the plot and changing the appearances. User have option to modify the X and Y axis properties as well. Once the user select any particular axis, it will highlight its properties on the right. Here, user can modify the label, units, the position of the axis, and the ranges of the x-axis. And the same properties are applicable to the y-axis as well. It is also possible to replace the x and y data parameters to something meaningful. For example, currently the torque is plotted against the cases. I can replace these cases with engine speed. There are multiple ways to achieve that. The simplest way is to drag and drop the parameter of your choice on the x-axis or y-axis. So I can drag and drop speed to my x-axis. I can also modify the x and y parameters from the curve list under the property panel. So for example, if I wish to modify the y-axis, I can use select data and for example select brake power. Because I need to update the curve name itself, so I can change to power. It is also possible to have multiple y plots on the same canvas. So for example, I can cross plot torque on the same plot. I can simply drag and drop the torque from here and select X data as a speed. I can position the y-axis or y to a different direction, so I can move it. So to do that, I can select the y-axis and change the position to the right. And I can select the curve, change to. So now on the same plot, I'm comparing brake power and brake torque against engine speed.